name is Lisa Brody, and everybody watches accesstv.org. Peace.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Do it like this. Ba-boom. Ba-boom. Do it like that. Yeah. Ba-boom.
This is Jonathan Small again doing the Small Report. Today is August the 16th, 2012. Broadcasting live on the internet from downtown Hartford at accesstv.org studios. A very nice, warm, comfortable day. We've been having a very good summer this particular year here in New England, and I hope everybody throughout the country is enjoying the same weather pattern. I know there's some drought conditions throughout certain parts of our country, so everybody might not be as blessed as we are right here in Connecticut. Basically, yesterday I kind of had a conversation with somebody, and we were discussing many different issues, but we kind of got into, are there jobs or opportunities that exist out here? And basically, in many cases, we don't have as many jobs as we really need to put everybody back to work. But that doesn't mean we don't have opportunities. Now, you got to determine what you mean when you say opportunities. The difference between a job or career and a job and a career or opportunity. We kind of had a discussion about a few different personal issues that, people where I live at is having issues with the lawn care of the home. You could look at a person that cuts grass as having a job or having an opportunity. It's not, to me, the same as a job where you get medical insurance, you have pension plans and things to look forward to. You have the ability to obtain workman's comp if you get injured. All of those things do not exist sometimes when you work under the table and you're doing particular menial jobs or manual or labor jobs that exist. So that could still be an opportunity to know how to capitalize on being able to make a profit, and you can make a job out of it, and you can actually make a career out of it. But I think when people are talking about jobs and careers, they're talking about through the Department of Labor being put directly on the payroll and having the ability to pay taxes and put something into the system. So there's a difference between jobs, careers, and opportunities. We are competing at many different levels with more people entering the U.S., looking for jobs, looking for careers, looking for opportunities with the existing population base that you already have in the United States. We have a global economy where technology has made it easier for businesses to operate with less people and still make a profit. I've mentioned that in the past. I think the Department of Social Service Systems is part of the problem. Basically, it's taking a lot of people that's not being in a position to put tax into the economy, to pay taxes into the economy. Not as a country, we're trying to find a way to reduce that caseload or remove that system. We would be much better off having people working, paying taxes, putting something into the system than having taxpayers' dollars going towards keeping people dependent. Now, I'm not saying the Department of Social Services is not needed. It's always a need factor, but when it's growing and it's become a way of a life for one generation to the next, people are becoming more educated, and people in the system wants to maintain the system for their own personal job, then there's something wrong with that whole picture. Telling people to go out here looking for jobs where there's no jobs that exist. Again, I do this studio every day, Monday through Friday from downtown Hartford. I see the difference between skyscrapers, a corporate structure. Even though here in Hartford we don't have as many development, commercial or development projects as we once used to have. Yesterday when I left the studio, I went inside the Excel Center, which used to be the Hartford Civic Center, It's basically been transformed now to a residential housing and parking garage facility for Hartford 21. We're competing with the Hartford or the Excel Center with the Mohegan Sun Arena, which has a 10,000 facility, where now in Connecticut, most of your shows, your basketball tournaments, your entertainment ventures are going down to the Mohegan Sun Arena instead of coming here to the XL Center, where when this facility was first built back in the mid 70s, going into the 80s, when we had the Hartford Whalers hockey team, you had all of your events and all of your ventures mostly existing in that arena. So now you have to find a way to compete when somebody else sees the exact same resource that you have, that they can find a way to capitalize on it and make a profit. And if that facility that we have here gets removed or it gets replaced, which I don't actually see it being removed, it's being in a transitionary period, like I mentioned, with Hartford 21 and dealing with the retail or the residential housing aspect, and having a parking garage facility. The big time investors and developers have taken over that facility. But downtown clearly looks a lot different, again, than your neighborhoods. Maybe there's more jobs and businesses, because you have a lot of people that always travel in most downtown districts from outside of the city, coming in for jobs and careers, and they're making opportunities out of it. Again, when you branch out into your residential neighborhoods in most cities, you find less large-scale development, you find less jobs, you find less careers, and opportunities are competing with so many people looking to do the same thing that you know how to do. Mentioning what I was talking about yesterday, there's a lot of people out there looking to cut grass, do landscape work, pick up cans and bottles. So that's one form of trying to identify an opportunity. Painting houses, doing snow removal in the wintertime, having to rely on the fact that you have to have snow to make a profit. Just thinking about what you can do when you're not in the economy structure on a structural Monday through Friday or any particular week schedule, because we're changing in the economic level now. Many companies are going to be moving to a 4-day work week. But any structural position that you have, that's, you're paying taxes into the system, and you're on the payroll systems, and basically you work for our company, your employer. An opportunity when you can't get what you're really looking for as a plan B or plan A option, which now comes down to a plan B option, and then some people are at a C level just doing whatever that they can do to survive. So we have a changed whole country where we are at today. I don't know on a national presidential level, our president and the candidates can really fix every major problem, because government is not designed really to create jobs, but they're supposed to be able to make government in a position where business can flourish. The rich continues to be getting richer. We have a big hedge fund investment firm that's going to be moving or expanding their operations from Westport, Connecticut to Stamford, Connecticut, part of our First 15 initiative that Governor Dan Malloy has implemented. And basically they're talking about 1,000 positions that could be created over the next 10 years. But again, this is the financial service sector. These are highly educated, highly trained, experienced people. They will have careers, they will have jobs, they will be able to seize opportunities. But there's 1,000 other people out here in Stamford, our urban city, and many other cities throughout our country who are not in a position to obtain those careers, those jobs, and opportunities. They're scrambling for whatever particular opportunity they can seize. So it's a real competitive labor market that we exist in here today. And many people don't seem to understand how to take advantage at many levels of whatever opportunities exist. So just the mindset approach alone of understanding what you need to be aiming for if you're coming into the workforce looking to make an income. And an income basically is a big part of the solution. There's not too many cases where you could have an income in place without having an occupation or a business or some type of product that you can sell. I could also get into the underground economy. Is that a form of jobs, careers, or opportunities? We're competing with that as well. It's not good enough just to say you have a job. I don't want to get into every particular detail on the incident, but we had a homicide the day before yesterday. I don't know if the person that was killed had a job or not, but if he has a job and you go to a street corner and two people are having some type of verbal altercation, and from what I understand, this person was not even directly involved in any of the verbal altercation. He just was actually an innocent bystander, as I mentioned yesterday, shot and killed. And what good is it telling people in a neighborhood or trying to sell people the fact that you have jobs and we're not providing public safety or a good quality of life for people? Somebody has to go to work, passing through a lot of drug infested neighborhoods, worrying about being assaulted, worrying about being robbed for your money, having to be on your guard. It's just a difficult adjustment or a difficult way to have to function every single day. Again, having a safe community and a safe environment, to me, makes me feel a lot different than not having a safe community. I live in the neighborhood, the north end of Hartford. It has a reputation of being a violent, decayed environment. I am exposed to a lot of negativity. I'm exposed to a lot of environmental problems, a lot of dilapidation. There's a lot of progress that also has changed too in the North End. A lot of public housing has come down. That's an urban solution that has happened throughout the entire country. But when I'm walking through downtown and I'm seeing corporate structures, I'm seeing police monitoring everything, or they're not that far away, I'm seeing a security system, I'm seeing cameras all over the place, I'm not seeing loitering, I'm not seeing people idling, I'm not seeing people begging or harassing you. That's a mindset. And you have to have that in a society, in a community, and talking about having opportunities and jobs. What good is me walking with $200 or $300 coming home from work, going back down to a street if I'm walking, and I got to be worrying about somebody coming up with a gun, robbing me, taking my money, could even take my life. So again, when you're talking about jobs, careers, and opportunities, that is part of a solution, but it has to be connected towards a good, safe quality of life. And we're not providing that in many aspects for everybody in this country. There's too many people out here, too many neighborhoods that's not feeling safe, not feeling optimistic about having a future or having a better quality of life than the past day, from one day to the next. And again, you give in, you give up, you accept it, you do the same routine. You can't seem to challenge your mindset at many different levels to overcome it. And you almost, to some degree, become paralyzed and a functional level of just operating from one day to the next day, expecting and doing the same thing. So when we're talking about jobs and careers and opportunities and the underground economy, which can provide jobs, careers, and opportunities, is short-lived. It's a lot of risk that comes along with it. There might not be much difference for me wanting a BMW, looking for a career, looking to be able to have money to maintain it, than somebody that I know that's selling drugs that has a BMW that just say, hey, this is the best way that I know, or the only way I know how to generate an income, and I'm not going to settle for anything less. So your mindset also plays a critical role in many decisions that you do here in society when you're talking about jobs or careers. It has to be a mindset for a person to feel like selling drugs and buying something and putting your life and other people's lives in danger is worth the reward of the profit margin that you can generate. Now, when you feel hopeless and ignored and you don't see no other alternative and you don't feel like you're ever going to get any income coming in, then it might be to some degree easy for you to go down that path. But if you see choices, you see better alternatives, you see better opportunities, you have a development process that you know how to move in that direction, then I think it becomes a lot easier for you not to buy into the underground economy. So jobs, careers, and opportunities, they have different definitions for all three, and they come with different criterias and different responsibilities. At some point, we have to do a better examinations on just those factors alone, and then get into the quality of life issues, because as I said before, having money and having a profit and worrying about being assaulted and robbed and victimized is not a good standard of living. So I hope the people out online was able to pick up something today on this particular topic. I'm going to try to expand it a little bit beyond what I did for the next show or sometime in the near future. I'd like to thank my executive producer for putting up a very good format here with accesstv.org. And until the next time,
Let's do it.
take care of yourself.
Let's do it. Do it like this.